Hello, family. Welcome to BabsWTV, where we talk about real life, real struggle, and what happening around the world. Millions of Americans right now are being rich. Have you guys noticed that? Man, Bitcoin is going up to the moon right now, and I definitely know millions of Americans right now are feeling filthy rich in their bank account. They're seeing it reflect. If you are one of those people who's been investing in Bitcoin for a long time and you've been taking your financial situation on your own head, even if regardless the world is on chaos right now, millions of Americans right now are going through financial problem, everything. But regardless, you have one goal in your life, how you can break through to have financial freedom and independence. If you are one of those people, make sure you comment below, subscribe, and like and follow me for more.
These are all of the cryptocurrencies that me and my girlfriend are loading up on right now to make 7 figures during the bull run. So personally for me, my top 3 cryptocurrencies right now to invest in is Solana, Pangu, as well as BMNR.
My top three are XRP, Hype, and Arrow.
Right now, we're taking a very aggressive approach that could pay off very, very big. We're putting about 70% of our income into the crypto markets because, as most of you guys know, nobody's talking about it. It's a bear market right now. And when it comes back, the crypto hype is always insane. You guys will notice we didn't name Bitcoin or Ethereum. Those two, in my opinion, are extremely high in price already. So I'm looking for coins that are actually going to do 3 to 5 to 10 X's. And these are the ones that are going to do it.
Being crypto rich is your fate. You just have to accept it. And some of you guys might not realize it, but you're not watching this for no coincidence, and you're not in crypto for no coincidence. Being in crypto is your fate. You might try to talk to friends, family, people around you about cryptocurrency, and they could care less about crypto because they're not interested, because it's not part of their fate, but it is yours. And crypto is a niche within the financial sector that is still tiny. And it might seem like it's big because you watch a bunch of crypto videos, but it's only 3-5% of people in the world that are invested in cryptocurrency. And I do believe that crypto is bringing out a huge wealth transfer that you are going to be part of. It's part of your fate. You just have to accept it. You have to ask God what to do, and you have to make sure you do the right things once you're blessed. So just remember that. Remember this video. But this is all for a meaning. It's not for a coincidence. It's not for no reason. It's all part of your fate.
The amount of money I have watched these people make today is actually making me sick. I mean, like, this guy right here just became a millionaire off of one coin. And then there's all these guys who are up hundreds of thousands of dollars just today. So once I got the app and saw all this, I decided to follow one of these guys for a week to see how they did it. And to be honest, it wasn't what I expected. If you go to their profile, you can see they have a following. And most of the people he follows are either insiders or celebrities like Cupsy right here. So you can basically follow all these people like this and turn on notifications so you can get notified every time they make a trade. And basically just copy trade the wealthy on this app, which I'm pretty sure is how we made $643,000 just today. Honestly, I'm just mad that I didn't join earlier so I wouldn't known about this penguin coin. But I'm in now and hopefully I can start making as much money as this dude right here soon. And the app I'm talking about, by the way, is called FOMO and it's free to trade on. I put the link for the app on my profile, and it'll also save you huge on trading fees once you start making money.
XRP is making millionaires and billionaires, especially in 2025. If you miss Bitcoin, this is your chance to get rich off of crypto. XRP has a lot of support with banks. I know that people don't love banks, but that's what makes XRP a really good investment because the banks will never let it fail. If you don't know me, I am the crypto goddess.
Think you're too late to crypto? Watch what $100 in Bitcoin becomes. You don't need to invest thousands, and I can prove it. If you don't know me, my name is Cheryl, and over 4 years ago, I began investing in crypto, and as of today, I've made over $1 million in crypto profit, and 800,000 of that has come from Bitcoin alone. And if you're a complete beginner to crypto, I'm here to tell you all the things that I wish I had known when I first got started, including the simple automated system that I use to create long-term passive crypto wealth. So let's talk about that $100 in Bitcoin. 4 years ago, if you would have started investing $100 in Bitcoin every week, and when I say investing, I just simply mean buying. So buying $100 worth of Bitcoin every single week at the end of 4 years, you would have made almost $26,000 in profit, which is over 123% return on your money. There is nothing else on planet Earth that can give you those kinds of returns. So what I tell people when they're just getting started is, if this is scary to you, just start investing a little bit at a time. $100 a week, look what that does for you. And over time, that's the important part, over time, you are going to create wealth. And so the most important part is you start now. You don't put it off, you start now. And you grow your crypto wealth just like I have. So if you have any crypto related questions, I'd love to hear from you. Just put them in the comments.
What if you just bought $100 worth of Bitcoin? What could that do for you in the next 5 years? Hi, I'm Rebel Crypto, one of the last reliable sources on crypto TikTok, making daily updates, so make sure you follow and don't miss another video. If you were to buy $100 worth of Bitcoin today, what would that be worth to you? I've got some good news and some bad news. The good news is that you have something started, so having $100 of Bitcoin is better than nothing. A lot of people are focusing on altcoins, meme coins, and completely ignoring Bitcoin. They did this whole last cycle and ended up missing out on probably the biggest performer out of all of them. Just like Bitcoin is essentially buying land in Manhattan back in the 1880s, okay, even a small piece today can be worth a lot in the future, especially if it's established as the next cornerstone of our financial system. It should continue to appreciate well and beat inflation. And there will probably be some nice pumps here and there that you can take advantage of and take profits. The bad news is that we are already way too matured into Bitcoin's life cycle to make life-changing gains off of just 100. Now, if you had 100,000, that might be a little bit different. But at this stage in Bitcoin's maturity, you are really just trying to establish ownership of the asset. And a little bit is better than nothing.
How to turn $100 into $10,000 trading crypto. Let's
I've actually turned 100 into $5,000 one time for fun using crypto futures, but let's see what he has to say.
go. First things first, we only have $100, which means we have to bet big. So we're going to be risking 10% of our account every single trade, and even though that's only $10, as our account size grows, so does this.
I agree with this. I used similar risk management when I started my $100 account, but once I got to around the $1,000 mark, I started to use better risk management and risking less.
Number. We're also going to need a platform that offers leverage since we're trading with such a small amount. Once we've set that up, we now need a strategy, so pay attention. Use the crypto screener on tradingview.com to find a crypto that has ideally moved higher by about 30 to 100% to ensure that we're in an uptrend. Now drop down to the 1 hour time frame.
I don't think you necessarily have to do this. In my opinion, you can just easily trade Bitcoin and you can get good gains from that because obviously you have leverage. So just sticking to Bitcoin and Ethereum and larger altcoins, I think could work out really well.
1 hour time frame and look for a recently made new high. Then use the horizontal price lines on your chart to find a level of support that has held strongly in the past. You want to buy at this key level and target an ABCD pattern higher while placing your stop loss below the next key level of support. Once price breaks to new highs, move your stop loss to your entry point so you now have a risk-free trade. On average, this strategy has a 40% win rate with a 2.3 risk to reward. If we then plug these numbers into a trading simulator, we'll see that within 300 trades, we should theoretically be able to hit $10,000.
Keyword is theoretically. He didn't actually show that in this video. He didn't turn 100 to 10K, and maybe he has done it before, but he didn't show. So it's easier said than done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to take $100 into 10K. I've done 100 to 5K like I mentioned before, but unfortunately I had to close the account early because the brokerage that I was using got banned in where I live. So I had to essentially take out the money and all that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to retry that challenge, but this time I'm going to take a different approach. So rather than taking $100 and turning it into 10K straight from crypto futures, what I'm going to do instead is take $100, first turn it into $120, and then once I'm at around $120, I'm going to sign up for a prop firm. So with the prop firm funded traded plus, it's only $119 for a $12,500 account. So once I get that account, once I pass the challenges, I have to hit a 10% profit target and I can't have a daily drawdown of 3% and 6% overall. Then what I'll do is take the money from the 12.5K account because I keep 80% of the profits. And then I'll take all those profits and then put it into another funded account and try to get a 25, 50, or 100K account, maybe even bigger. And then eventually I'll take the profits from that bigger funded account and then eventually try to hit 10K. So we'll see if that happens. Follow along.
If you had bought $500 worth of Bitcoin in 2013, by 2014, that $500 would have turned into $33,000. By 2015, you would have dropped a bit, leaving you with $16,430. By 2016, you would have risen back to $37,520. By 2017, your investment would have exploded to $750,000. By 2018, you would have experienced a crash, leaving you with $118,000. By 2019, you would have climbed back up to $450,000. And by 2020, you would have reached a staggering of $1.3 million. By 2021, you would have peaked at $2.5 million. By 2022, you would have experienced a significant correction, ending up at $500,000. In 2023, you see another pump going straight to $1.1 million. In 2024, it would rise up to $1.4 million. And in 2025, your first $500 in Bitcoin right now will be worth $2.9 million. And I guarantee you, it'll be a lot more next year. If you want to know more interesting facts about cryptocurrencies, follow me.
A lot of you don't believe in the Bitcoin system, and that's fine. You can stay on the sidelines, but if you really want to become wealthy in the future, I would suggest you take $1 frickin' $1, buy some Bitcoins, put it in a goddamn wallet, put it fucking away. Okay, I'm sorry for swearing, but you know what? It's just $1.
I'm talking to my people right now, but anybody who receives the information, God bless you. Get in blockchain now. Stop listening to the media. Stop listening to all the naysayers and all the doubters. Those are the same people that told people that the internet was just a phase. And now look at the world. Can't operate without the internet. So I suggest that you go do your due diligence and go research blockchain. I suggest you look into crypto and buy tokens with utility behind them. Don't go buy meme coins. Don't go buy pump and dumps. Okay? Look into blockchain. My DMs are open. I'm willing to answer any questions that anybody may have. But we will not, my people, we will not miss out on another wealth opportunity listening to these fucking people, bro. Get into crypto while it is cheap. It will not be affordable very soon. They're going to price point you out. They are literally creating a world where it's literally either you're going to be wealthy or you're going to be poor. It is no middle class. That's it. That's done. It's finito. That's it. So y'all got to make a decision. Fuck them shoes. Fuck that vacation. Fuck all that going to the club, buying bottles and sections. Either you're going to sit here and say, hey, I'm going to make sure I'm good when all this shit kick in. Because they're going to digital assets. You don't have, it's already signed. It's a done deal. Go research the executive order Biden signed in March. Go research Biden books. Go research CPDCs. Go research ISO 222. Like, all this stuff is a done deal. This stuff is going live. Go see what's going on in England and in Europe and all that. Go see what they're doing financially. Pay attention to the feds. Start looking at World Economic Forums. This stuff is happening whether y'all like it or not. You can't avoid this problem. You can't ignore this shit away. It's happening. And for y'all that live off cash and bank on cash, they're phasing that shit the fuck out. Y'all don't have all this time that you think you have. And I'll be damned if we miss out on another wealth opportunity. And this time, if we miss out on it, it's our own ignorance. You can't blame anybody. Nobody took nothing from you. If you got access to this video and watching this video, you got access to information. Go learn something. Go invest. Stop spending your money. Like, you finna go on a vacation for what? To come back and go to a job next week when you can free yourself? Man, look, I'm tired. And I don't know what it's going to take for y'all. But y'all better get on this blockchain or you will regret it. The same way our parents was regretting not buying into Bitcoin when they could have put a little measly dollar in it when it was under a penny when they found out about it and they didn't. Same way they missed out on internet opportunity and had to end up working for 35 plus years, working 2 and 3 jobs. You want that to be you? We gonna repeat the same cycle or we gonna change it?
I started buying Bitcoin because Bitcoin is the best form of money in history of humans. Humans have never seen a form of money as excellent as Bitcoin. It's the most divisible form of money ever seen. It's the best for transportation that we've ever seen before. It is people's money. It doesn't belong to the banks. It belongs to the people. And it's a bearer's asset, meaning that you can hold it in your hand, so to speak. It's the best form of money we've ever seen before. Seeing the fiat currency world, the dollar, the yen, and all the other fiat currencies, seeing them inflate right now means that you have to save your own wealth by selling fiat and buy Bitcoin. So make the transition before the world does.
So last night I bought roughly around $4,500 worth of Bitcoin, and now I'm officially an owner of 1 full Bitcoin. I've been dollar cost averaging since 2022, and it took me about 3 years to get to this point. Honestly, in retrospect, I probably should have just bought a full coin when it was around $40,000, $50,000. The current price of Bitcoin is $87,000, and just this past week, we hit as low as $80,000. And we're down roughly around 30% from all-time high. I don't know where the price of Bitcoin is going to go in the near short-term future. However, it doesn't really matter for me because I'm in Bitcoin for the long run. Now, if we look at the poly market data, the market believes that there's only a 25% chance that Bitcoin dips below $80,000 within the last 7 days of November. But the market also believes that there's a higher percent chance that we're going to hit 80K first versus hitting 100K first. If we continue to dip into 2025, into 2026, again, I'm not worried. I will continue to dollar cost average. The key here is risk management. I have exposure to Bitcoin, I have exposure to stocks, and a little bit of exposure into real estate as well. It feels really, really good to finally join the full Bitcoin club, and I'm looking forward to getting my next coin. All right, guys, hope you liked this video. Make sure you guys like and follow for more.
Anyone can make $100,000 to $1 million in crypto, and I'm going to explain to you how. Here's the requirements. You need to have a job, and you may need to be a little bit patient. But I'm going to teach you how to do this. I'm going to teach you how to make $100,000 and then turn that $100,000 into $1 million by 2030. So first, you're going to need to find the money. What do I mean by that? Because a lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck, not just in the US, but around the world. Well, how do you cut out enough money to get yourself to a six-figure investment and then turn that six-figure investment into $1 million? I'm going to show you a perfect example. I have 3 children and a wife. We just went out to dinner today, or lunch. Our bill came to $75. Now, this was not at McDonald's. This was not anywhere cheap. This was a decent restaurant. But I want you to notice what our meals consist of and what is missing from most people when they go out to dinner. So we got an appetizer, a salad, a soda, a child pasta, a child cheeseburger, my wife's meal, and then my meal. Well, what's missing from here? There's no alcohol. Now, not everybody, but most of you will order 1 or 2 alcoholic beverages. Some of you will order more. So you can easily tack on an additional $20 to $40 to the bill with just alcohol alone. Also, notice there's no dessert. And that sugar and shit's nasty anyways. You don't need it. So after tip, we walked away under $90. You go try doing that with a family of 4 or 5 at any restaurant and tell me how that goes if you're going to be ordering alcohol and dessert. Now, this is where you have to think, okay, well, I was going to normally spend an additional $25 to $40, but we didn't this time. So at that moment, while you're at dinner, you take that $25, $30 and you literally buy an investment, whatever that may be. Internet computer, Ethereum, Cardano, Solana. It's not the point. The point is that you're becoming more disciplined to saving, more disciplined to investing, consistently dollar cost averaging. Now let's go to my whiteboard and let's actually do the math out so you can see how easy this is going to be to make 6 figures and then turn that 6 figures into $1 million by 2030. We're going to talk about $100 a week. Now I know I just explained how you can save money from just simply not ordering alcohol at dinner. It's not my job for you guys to find the money, but I'm going to make it so that most people can achieve the $1 million mark. I did it when I was younger. So this is how you do it. $100 a week, then you have times 4, which is $400 per month, times 12, which is $4,800 a year. $4,800 a year, we're going to do the math on that. 4,800 times a 20x your money. So in crypto, it is honestly fairly easy to find a 20x your money in multiple crypto projects. So if you 20x your money, that's $96,000, just under 100 grand. Now, how do you get to $1 million? Well, that's Bull Run 1. Your goal in Bull Run 1 is not to become a millionaire. Your goal in Bull Run 1 is to make that $75,000 to $100,000, which is obviously, as you can see here, very doable. Moving over to Bull Run number 2, which is going to be in 2028, 2029, you have that $96,000. Now, some of you may say, well, what about taxes, this and that? Okay, well then save more. I'm just giving you some rough numbers so you guys can get close to that $1 million mark. If you go and you have that 96,000, right, times a 10x your money in the next bull run, you got $960,000. Those of you that understand math, that's almost $1 million in bull run number 2. It's really that simple.
Since February, I've been buying $30 of Bitcoin every single day. And today, I'm going to show you how that journey's going. Now, at first, I was doing this manually each day, logging into the app, checking the price, placing the order. But this month, I set up Auto Invest on Binance. It now buys for me. Same time, same amount every single day. Completely hands off. I don't even check the price anymore. It just stacks quietly in the background. If you want me to show you exactly how to set that up, drop the word Bitcoin in the comments and I'll make a quick how-to video. But now, let me show you how it's looking so far. My Binance history doesn't go all the way back in the app, so I've been tracking it all in a spreadsheet. But as you can see, I am now at 0.028 Bitcoin, worth about $2,643, all from these small daily buys. And I'm finally in profit, up 6.15%. And that's in less than 3 months. Just imagine where this could be after 5 or 10 years of staying consistent. And that's really the point. This isn't a get rich quick thing. It's about building wealth slowly, without the stress, without the FOMO, without trying to guess the perfect time. Whether it's Bitcoin, stocks, or index funds, this kind of consistent automatic investing is the way I'd recommend most people go. If you want to see where this ends up after a year or 5, hit the follow button and stay tuned.
I'm going to buy 5 whole Bitcoin this year. That's it's a little crazy to say, but I am going to be putting a lot of money into Bitcoin this year. Hopefully, I'm able to get it at or below $50,000 per Bitcoin. I hope my cost basis, I'm able to get below 50,000 is what I mean. I'm going to start buying at 58,000, which is the 200-week simple moving average, and it has always been a historical great buy. But I hope we go lower because I want to really load up this year. Anywhere from 3 to 5 Bitcoin, I'm going to be super happy with. And as long as my cost basis is around or hopefully below 50 grand, I'm stoked. Because I have full confidence that A, we go to an all-time high, and B, with a 15-year time frame, I think we go to $1 million Bitcoin. People think that's far-fetched and ridiculous. I don't. You can argue with me. We'll see if I eat shit, but I'm going to buy a lot of Bitcoin this year.
I have over $7 billion worth of Bitcoin, yes. Yeah. I'm quite wealthy.
Yeah, so you don't have to work. You could be in Aruba right now for...
I do not have to work if I don't choose to.
But you choose to work...
A 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Every day. Monday through Friday.
Just because you're doing what you love to do and you believe in it.
I've always wanted to live a normal life. I've always wanted to, wonder how the normal person lives. You know, you get up and you get on the train, right? And you go to work in an office in downtown Chicago, which I've done, which, you know, I wanted to feel that. I want to feel that, and I can't. Even though I've done these things, even though I rode a train and I hated it, I hate Metro in Chicago. It frightens me. I am reserved. I think about things very cautiously before I speak. And I certainly think 4 to 5 times before I react. I've proven myself. I went from a kid in Jacksonville, Florida, being scrappy, picking up Coke bottles on 5th Street on the west side, to making sure that I never have to pick up any more goddamn Coke bottles. And I promised my mom I wouldn't do that either. So these are the things that keep me in check, making sure that I don't fuck up.
So you have very little education. You didn't go to college, you didn't graduate high school, did you?
I did not. No,
You're a self-learner.
I have. I've taught myself everything. I dropped out in the 7th grade. By the time that I dropped out of school, it was really boring for me. The teachers were very frustrated with my approach to their curriculum. Most teachers then and even now don't care. They just wish to obtain a paycheck. With that, no, I've never went to college, high school. I don't know what it feels like to date the prom queen or any of that. You know, when other kids were, you know, watching the Cosby Show and, laying in their warm beds, I was trying to figure out how to hack into something to provide me with some comfort. Like, is it an ATM? Is it a building? Or am I swapping UPCs at the market? But those were survival, those things that I'm not happy that I did all of that stuff, but you have to do what you have to do to survive. And fortunately, I never had to harm anyone, which was never a rule anyhow. So
if you want to get rich in crypto, it's not going to be by buying like these top 10 altcoins. That's your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, XRP, Chainlink, Polkadot, etc. The way you're really going to make a lot of money in this industry is by diversifying into a lot of smaller chip projects. Now, everybody's going to be different, guys. And this is coming from somebody that makes multi-six figures in this industry and has been in crypto for multiple cycles. So these are kind of the tips and the advice I can give if you're really trying to get into crypto to not necessarily get rich quick, but definitely make a decent amount of money. So tip number one, okay, if you are here just to kind of hedge yourself against inflation, to have a store of value that you want to appreciate for the longer term, that is going to be Bitcoin. That is what you're going to choose. Maybe some of your top 10 projects, and you're going to look to really just dollar cost average into those assets. But if you're someone that's more than likely 17 to 25 years old, which is a lot of my audience, it's younger investors that, are kind of just risking a little bit more. They're not too worried about getting a 401k or investing into these ETF funds and having a 30, 40, 50 year outlook on their investments and compounding that. They're looking to make a quick bag. So I follow something called a 50-25 VC strategy. And what that looks like is what you're going to do with 50% of your portfolio is put that into your blue chips. That is your Bitcoin. That is your Ethereum. That is your Chainlink. That is your Polygon Matic. It's really any of those projects you look at that say, hey, these are going to be here for the long term, your 5, 6, 7 years. And the whole goal of the rest of your portfolio is going to be simply trying to make the most amount of money, taking profits and moving it back into Bitcoin as that store of value. So with the next 25%, that's 50% of your portfolio. The next 25% is going to be diversifying into mid-cap projects. I really look at this, it used to be the top 100, then it used to be the top 200. Now it could be technically the top 300 to 400 projects as this industry matures. So I'm going to look for 5 to probably 10 of those projects. I imagine you're working with a few $1,000s here. And I'm going to diversify into multiple of those. Specifically, DEXs, those are decentralized exchanges, layer 2s, and new trending industries. Now, the last part, the VC strategy, okay, this is where you're probably going to make the most amount of money, but you're going to make the most amount of mistakes because it takes a lot of risk to actually obtain a large amount of reward. So, you got to get comfortable treating this like a VC. And what that means, guys, venture capitalists, when they invest, they expect, let's say they're investing into 10 projects, they're going to expect 5 to 6 of those to maybe either go to zero or break even. They're then going to think, maybe 2 to 3 of those are going to actually break even or double or maybe triple. And out of those 10 projects, they're really only looking for 1 to 2 to hit it out of the park, to hit that home run, get that 30, 40, 50x that everybody dreams of having in the crypto sector. I don't know a single person that got lucky and their first crypto just, automatically, magically did 100x and they became rich. Everybody that I know that is rich in crypto, yes, they were early in on Solana. Maybe they were early in on, Polygon Matic or Crypto.com. But the reality is they had failed miserably for years or multiple cycles. They watched many investments that they put thousands of dollars into go to zero. And over time, they finally picked a project that actually popped off and changed their life forever. It happened to me. I haven't had a 300x crypto. I have hit 2 different 100x's. My first one was Decentraland Mana, M-A-N-A. I broke right there. And that was because Facebook announced their metaverse projects back in 2021, 2020. And I watched that go from a penny to $1. And it was life-changing. But if you want to actually hit those, it's going to take diversification. It's going to take patience. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to invest into products that, yes, go to zero. But the one and most important tip I can give you is make sure you take profit. You see, you don't make money in crypto until you take the money. And this is something that people often look over. So as you dollar cost average into these projects, you develop a 50-25 VC strategy and rule. If you really want to make a difference, make that life-changing wealth, you need to actually take profits out and dollar cost average as your projects go up in profit. And specifically, personally, I put those back into Bitcoin so I can accumulate more of those cryptos later. And that's how I've done it over the last few cycles. That's how I now make multi six figures in this industry. And that's how I will be a multimillionaire in the crypto industry.